So this is the personality. At the age of 7, he hits this jackpot, high note of spirituality. At the same time, at the age of 7, kind of a mishap happens in the family. The father passes away at a very young age. It is said if a boy loses a father at a very young age, because the boy always looks up to the father for a kind of rational understanding, explanation about the world, become worldly wise. And suddenly, if at a very young age the father is taken away, the boy will pay a price. He became very withdrawn now. This boy became very withdrawn. And he started going on into kind of lonely places and sitting there and thinking about reality. Very young, but showing tremendous maturity. Started to think of higher things. Worldly things would no longer attract him. When they were said, learn this subject, learn the grammar so you can become a teacher, learn all the ritual practices so you can then become a pujari and do all these things and earn a living. He said, to eat a little bit of rice and dal or something, do I need to spend my whole life just to survive like an animal? I wish to learn that. I wish to get that education which resolves the issues of humanity. I wish to touch I want the highest education. I will not make do with the lower one. He had great difficulty because now you see his mind had turned to higher things. And you see, he already holds a jackpot in his pocket without realizing what's hit him. He has already hit the high note. He continues in that particular mode, continues to go to his school and so on. And there's another incident in his life which is very special because it throws light on how easy it is for this boy to become one-pointed. At a drop of a hat, he becomes very one-pointed. I'll just give an example. When he's about 10 years old, in the little village, they were going to perform on a Shivaratri night, they were going to perform a play on Shiva. So they'd got all the little boys and girls and little actors to play the parts of various deities and somebody to play the part of Shiva. Standard stuff in a little village. How do they celebrate? Gods and goddesses. So the play was going to be performed, and then just on the night of that particular day, Shivaratri, the actor was supposed to play the part of Shiva, had rumbling in his tummy. So he had to be, because suddenly you can't have Shiva running to the loo, suddenly. So they excused him. They said, we'll leave you out. You somebody was, so they said, they looked round, who will play the part of Shiva? And they looked at this little boy called Gadadhar, said, Gada, you play? He said, no, I want to play, pray Shiva night. I don't want to do plays. I'll just pray. No, you play the part of Shiva, they said. He said, all right, let's do the part of Shiva. Last person who should have been, asked to do the performance was this poor chap, and he was, they decided on him. So this Gadadhar was dressed up, with whatever poor villagers could, kind of uniform or, clothing they could find to depict Shiva. They dressed him up. He was just 10-year-old chap. And now, with the drum beating, Shiva entering the stage, So this poor boy was led down to the stage. He came with his trishul, a little kind of something curled around his neck, which is supposed to be a snake. And he walked in. But this little boy, you see, he should not, because without prompting, he was hitting the high notes. Now he's being prompted by the public to play the part of Shiva. That's the last thing you do to this boy. And he was asked to come on the stage. He came with his little trishul, this trident, dressed up. He came in the middle of the stage. He looked at everybody. His eyes started to water, tears of joy flowing. And again, I tell the youngsters, because children like to distinguish between tears of joy and tears of pain. And this is something very technical. It's good to tell. The tears of pain come closer to the nose. They flow this way. So when you smack somebody or you get smacked, you know where they come from, the tears come from. The tears of joy come from the outer edges. Somehow there is some technical reason for it. And this boy was standing in the pose of Shiva, posture of Shiva, and tears of joy were flowing like torrent down his eyes. And the audience was dumbstruck. So what to do? The play came to a halt. Because how can you do a play with a Shiva standing like this with the tears of joy coming down? And this is a true story. He was like that continuously throughout. So the play came to immediate halt because Shiva was not playing his part anymore. So the play came to a halt and he had to be carried away because he was like that. He had to be carried away, and the Shiva role did not finish till another 24 hours. He was like that. He couldn't get out. Why? Let me tell you why. You see, when you are one-pointed and you're already prepared, You already come, the ground is prepared. You are not doing sadhana to achieve some end. You are already jnana siddha. You are already established in the highest level of meditation. It's just that nobody has prodded you to show your colors. So when they prod you by making you wear Shiva costume, then they're asking for trouble. Once you prick that outer layer, the reality flows out. So that boy was in the mood of Shiva, instantaneously being able to transform himself and become one-pointed on the principle of Shiva and lose his individuality. You see, we struggle to lose our individuality. We are stuck. We are shackled by our individuality. And we think we kind of embrace it, think, that's me, what me? That's a nuisance. But this boy, when you prick that individuality, suddenly bursts forth and shows nothing but the spirit. So this Shiva play came to an end, and the boy showed his colors, and the parents were worried. Look, these are people in the villages. They thought something is wrong with the boy. We need to get him, some Vaid, some medicine man to sort him out, or some, bhoot pret has, entered the boy, some ghost has entered the youngster, so let's sort him out. They did all these things, and the boy was perfectly normal in every sense. Of course, this is the story that carries further. Now this boy is there, again he's spending more and more time in the cremation ground. Now if a boy starts spending time in cremation, it's very morbid, bit worrying. You have to be worried, I'm telling you. It's all right for Ramakrishna, but for us it's very worrying. You have to be taken to the psychiatrist. But this boy started spending time in a mood of renunciation. From a very young age, beginning to show his tendencies, his attraction to nothing but the highest. Anything less will not do for him. The story continues.